Yes. There we go. The old hit them with the mana tithe. Okay. Let's play a different game then. Hello everyone, welcome back to the Battlefield. Siege Ryan here. We have another Pauper video for you today. We are playing more Mono White Control, or Angel Control as we've been calling it. If you want to watch the light behind your opponent's eye slowly dwindle away and they realize, why the hell am I playing this game? This is the deck for you. It normally just times out. Either you'll time out or they will time out for how long these games go and how much this deck dirtles. I've made some adaptations to this, and generally you win game 1. And then game 2 and 3, you can win if you're a little bit fast with flyers, if you do lose game 1. But the main change with this deck is we're actually putting in mana tithe to actually make them stumble at the beginning. And no one expects mana tithe because it is a white counter spell. This is the shifted card from Force Spike from back in the day. So this card is really fun, and mana tithing your opponent never gets old. So I highly recommend at least casting one of these cards in your life. I am keeping 2 Segovian Angels in this build just because I wanted a way to turn the Scroll of Avacyn really early, and also just to get some extra hits off the Seraph Sanctuary for drawing lots of cards off the Overseer and the spare supplies, just to kind of get that going. This deck is generally churning pretty fast. It's got like all these Scroll of Avacyns that draw cards, the spare supplies, and the Overseer. So we've got 12 cards that draw cards. Generally though, most decks draw a little bit more than us, but they can't get through our Angels. So that's where it actually really comes in, that we mill them out by them just drawing their cards and them not being able to get through our Angels. The Campfire, I've just added in because it's really good in those really dirty board states. And also, if we do happen to draw more cards than them, then we can actually shuffle our deck back in and actually survive from the graveyard. The sideboard is pretty self-explanatory. You've got Graveyard Hate, you've got Artifact Hate, you've got some Wrath effects for the cheap builds like Elves and Mono Red Rally, Destroy Evils for the bigger creatures, and just to put a Sunlance in just for that early interaction for those fast decks. Anyway, this is the main deck. If you do like these videos or these decks, please feel free to use Siege Ryan at Mana Traders. You can get a little bit of money off when you do their loan program, and you can play weird decks like this. Otherwise, liking and subscribing does help the channel a fair bit. Anyway, I'll see you in the first game. Bear with me. These games are sick, but they're just long. All right, see you in the first one. All right, we're on the draw. This hand's fine. Tap land into, we just play suppliers into hopefully some creatures, and hopefully this isn't Elves, because Elves is actually not a great matchup for us. I feel like we're a little bit too, they go a bit too crazy, I think. So we'll see. Generous Ant, okay, maybe Spy combo then. I feel like depending on how things are, we can actually draw enough life gain to potentially get out of it. Okay, maybe we're playing against Dredge then. This was like maybe that Blink Dredge list that Kerblinks has been on. Ooh, hello. Alright, so just like an aggro list, gaining life. Maybe this is good enough for Elves to get through. So we'll play this, the spare supplies. We really need to hit a land in these next 2 draws. We are running a fair few lands though. So I feel like we should be able to get there. Okay. Come on. Okay, Journey to Nowhere. Not as good. We might be spending another turn playing another supplies. We'll play supplies out of hand because then we will be going to discard. Town Greeter, okay. I mean, it's all happening. It does feel like just a dredgeless middle speaking for yeah, it's just like a big dredgeless. So the relics should come in handy. But we really do need to start. I think a Seraph Sanctuary would be the best draw. And I love calling them, you know, if we can get a Sanctuary. And now they have all their Jund lands. I assume they're just Jund. In for 1. And then, yeah, we'll just play this Dazzling Angel, hopefully. Okay, we are just going to play the supplies and just pray. I know we're losing out on the desert here, but we really have to hit a land here. Come on, land. Good. All right. Next turn, we're likely just going to play, yeah, Dazzling Angel, probably just to another Dazzling Angel into the Seraph of Dawn, or just like if you draw a land, then into the Seraph of Dawn. Alright, Prowler. Yeah, definitely looks like the Dredge list. I'm very thankful because Dredge back in the day used to, not in Pauper, but you know, just have Conflagrate and it just absolutely wreck everything. But I feel like this Angel life gain could potentially do it. But I am not fully familiar with this list. They might just have something really specific that just like wrecks me, and I'm not sure what that is just yet. Either way, we're just going to play this. We have a little bit of time just to jump ahead. So I might even just play the Dazzling Angel and then keep up the desert, which is an option as well. Discard it again. All right, Dread Return. So yeah, this is running the Lotless Giant, which can be an issue. We haven't seen one yet. They've got 7. Yeah. I mean, they're in for 4 here. We might be a little bit too slow because we missed that land drop, I think. Okay, just no town greeter. Lots of mill effects. Mill to the bones don't really matter. Again, it's a lot with giant. They got the Dredge return. Because how many do they have? They have 8 creatures currently. I think it's 2, so it'll be 16. So yeah, if they hit it, we're just goners really. Bones, set wayfinder. Yeah, I think they run like 1 or 2 Lotless Giants. Oh, they're just putting the Ent in. Okay. In this case, we'll probably just journey that. If we draw another land, I think we just... Yeah, look, let's play the Angel. And let's just journey to nowhere, the Ent. They're going to keep... attacking away at us, though. I feel like we just probably stumbled a little bit. We really needed more land drops. Their deck is a good deck. I mean, if Curb Links is playing it, then it's a pretty good deck. Fellow Australian. And I think the challenge is, I know this is just coming out later in the week, but there is a challenge right now happening. And I'm probably even thinking about doing, maybe hopping into some challenges here and there. The Angel probably doesn't matter too much keeping it around, but yeah, they discard that and they mill, and essentially if they just hit another Dredge return, but still no Lotless Giant. And just a Rumble. Yeah, again, if they just, what do they reveal? Still no Lotless Giant, which is absolutely insane. And what's their creature count? It's handy having this around. Or is it 0 to the bone? 12 creatures. We're pretty like screwed once that comes into play. Maybe if we could come off a little bit earlier. I don't know. Yeah, we just take this one, I think. You know what? Let's block it. Because that 1/1 Angel doesn't really matter too much. We need to draw some pretty serious life gain. I mean, they've got 18 cards left in their deck. They could have the Giants in their hand, maybe. I guess that's what they might have. And they're bringing another Ent into play. Okay. I mean, this Ent can pretty well cook us. Not gonna lie. Okay. Well, look, we'll just play an Angel. A Sanctuary would be the best draw, but beggars can't be choosers. And then hopefully we just draw another land, really. I mean, what else do we want here? I can just see them dredging, and then yeah, once they hit there's a Giant. So the Giants, I'm pretty sure, yeah, 14 damage they can do. So they really need to just get 3 creatures out, and then they're good to go. They could do the Scrap Mutt. They can unearth that, but they need to tap for red there, and then they just need 1 more creature. So they unearth that. Makes sense. I think Relic's going to be pretty huge here. They got another Mutt. Yeah, so I can tap that, make the Mutt, and then that should be enough. I'm just going to concede here. We'll try a game 2. I think just a couple more. I think just drawing, we drew a bit too heavy into the creatures, but let's just bring in these. Okay, they don't want to play again. All right, we're on the play for this one, which is Excelente Ravioli. This hand, it's close. It's really close. The supplies help us, but I think we just mull. White source is nice. Yeah, I think we keep this. I think we just bottom the... Oh, that sounds crazy, but let's keep these 2 double mana tithe hand and see what happens. We are going to play the Crossroads because we're on the play, and then hopefully... Anyway, we're going to be playing supplies on turn 3. Let's just keep up tithe. Yeah, especially if they're doing this, because they might be trying to Cleansing Wildfire next turn. So we will just play the Seraph Sanctuary. Yep, gain our life, and then we'll play the Scroll. That's a good way to ramp up to things as well. And let's hopefully they go land, and then we just mana tithe. See what happens. No one likes mana tithe. Okay, come on, Cleansing Wildfire. I know you want to. Yes, yes. Very good. Play on, play on. Alright, okay. Now, I'm not sure if we'll get away with it again, but we're still going to play a desert. We're going to play supplies. Keep up the white source. Because we might even just crack the scroll, to be honest. I think we're not too worried about life gain as much in this setting. It's very real that John decks can just keep two land hands, you know. Yeah, Blood Fountain, that's a good one. We are going to literally mana tithe the ham sandwich at this point. Oh, the blood tokening, so looking for another land here. So that mana tithe was good. It was very good. Yeah, now Spellbomb doesn't matter too much. There we go. And yeah, we're going to crack this scroll. We want to just find some stuff, some good action, you know. Alright, Seraph is nice. Let's still play... I could get another Seraph section. We do need a white source, sadly, with this. I think what we do is we play map, crack map, and just go get a plains, I think. So we have mana tithe up still, and then we can play our Seraph of Dawn. We have our other lands anyway. It feels pretty bad like playing 3 mana to essentially Borderland Ranger without getting a 2/2 in play, but you know, it is what it is. Go on, give me a Chrysalis account or something like that. This is another cleansing modifier, it looks like. Flank Offering, that's fine. Tap land, okay. And then yeah, let's just play out this Overseer. Segovian Angel's not as good here, but we'll just go... It's a shame. I do want to just keep up this mana tithe, and then we can crack supplies if they don't do anything else. Just always yield to this. Draw a card, which is nice. Yeah, I guess I could have done that on the background of I could have played Segovian Angel, but I think drawing a card is probably a bit better than what we were going to do anyway. And then after next turn, I think we'll just go a little bit crazy with this Seraph of Dawn. It would have been crazy, it's like a moderate. You can cast down that, that's fine. We're gonna mana tithe the ham sandwich, so that's what we're doing. It's been nice for the ramp, but now they can probably play their threats, which is probably what they're thinking. And let's just deploy the clowns. So they use a cast down, so I'm even tempted just to... Well, I'm not tempted, we are going to be playing this, and we just play a Segovian Angel. Use the mana. If they play Chrysalis, it's pretty cooked. Hopefully we can just draw a Journey to Nowhere off the spare supplies. Probably the best case scenario would be them going full mana Chrysalis, and then we just Journey to Nowhere it, and then we're pretty good there. Yeah, or they just have another cast down. That is what it is. If they're doing like that, then maybe they don't have another threat. These deserts aren't as good against this matchup though. Alright. Then not playing Refuge Familiar is kind of good as well. Okie doke. So we'll crack him for the old Oneski. Campire's alright. I mean, it stops us from being milled out. I'm going to just draw for supplies first though. See what we hit. We're probably just playing the Seraph of Dawn. I guess in terms of what we're looking for, it probably is just that, to be honest. Let's just play this. And keep up the spare supplies. We don't need a campfire this turn. We probably need to use the draw, and we can just campfire on the following turn. We really just want to find... I have a feeling they're going to play a threat soon, so having something for that. Looks like this is a Chrysalis. Yeah, there it is. Having something for this is going to be pretty crucial here. And look at them playing around mana tithe. They dealt with 2 before. Are they cast downing as well? That's pretty brutal if they are. Oh, just Invest Raiders Insight. Fair enough. Yep, it comes a big boy. So we're 4/5. So yeah, this sadly won't get the job done. We need to really hit a Journey to Nowhere now. Scroll of Absence, just another redraw there, which is nice. That's interesting. I might just even play that. They can't really attack us because we got this. And then we can also just gem stuff up onto this Seraph of Dawn and pump it over time. If they don't have another effect or another Chrysalis or something like that, then we can actually start. This Angel can eventually get over the top. Because it'll be a 4/5 and then this can be a 3/5. So we'll just be gaining life. They'd be through 2 cast downs. And that's really the only thing that can actually hit this Seraph of Dawn is just the cast downs. Is this another cast down? I reckon it's bargain. Okay. Getting rid of one of the artifact lands. Okay. So maybe they're a little bit flooded now. Yeah, Refurbished Familiar. So we will discard the Campfire. We want the redraws. And again, once we hit a Journey to Nowhere or something, we can really go to town. So that's what I'm hoping for. So we probably can't even attack right now because we have 4/5. They can just double block this Anointer of Valor. Oh, that's good. A quick fire it off. If I do that now, though it doesn't do that much more. I think we do just do the scroll and see if we hit something else. Let's just play the scroll. We're not under any pressure just yet. We are under pressure once they hit another one. Okay, just another Seraph Sanctuary. Okay. Yeah, if we attack with both, it's no bueno. Yeah, sadly we just have to pass. Which is a little bit sad. The plan ILR would have been a bit better to keep maybe behind and we should have played the Seraph first, maybe. Because we would have probably had this stalemate right here. I think they're probably in that turn there, they would have just played the Chrysalis and it would have been happy days for them. Blood Fountain's not too much of a worry right here. If they have the good sack, Fanatical Offering's not the one. Yeah, this is the flashback. So if we Journey to Know the Chrysalis, they can potentially get it back. So we have to be mindful of that and how they do that. Like hitting it here is probably the best case. Because they don't have the 5 mana to sacrifice this. But they might just have another offering in their hand. Okay, supplies. Well, let's just play this. Draw a card. Scroll. I think we just play the scroll. And we're definitely looking for... there's no double white, so we just do it like this. So we keep the deserts up. Alright, we'll play this. Let's just play all the angels out. We can draw another card next turn. And hopefully we just hit a Journey to Nowhere soon. The good thing is normally their deck runs Cryoclone Shaman, which doesn't do anything for the flyers. So really they're probably just looking for another Chrysalis or something like that to make this Chrysalis big. And we're halfway through their deck, so they should be finding one pretty soon. They should probably even keep that map around so they can... Oh, munitions, that's pretty brutal. I mean, they do have to sacrifice a lot to get through these angels, but they might be looking at doing that. Who knows? And I don't think I have anything main deck wise for that. Just playing a lot of angels, I think. Yeah, that's fine. Just exile in the graveyard. 30 cards left. Let's see if they can finish us off. Duress does nothing here. There are 19, so it's not even worth it to play this Eagles, to be honest. Okay, that's a problem that they're getting cast down next turn. So, what do I want to do? Let's play the Seraph Sanctuary. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's just crack the suppliers and just see if we hit Journey to Nowhere to get rid of this Chrysalis. That is not what we want. I think let's just play the Eagles of the North now. And just crack them with the Seraph and the Anointer so we get some kind of damage input in. If we attack with that, they just block with that. We've got First Strike as well. Maybe it's still worth it to actually just double use that instead. Oh, sorry, it's a 5/6. Oh my gosh. No, that's on me. We really do need to draw a journey now. No, I wasn't thinking clearly about that. We did just lose our key angel there. I mean, they were going to cast down it anyway. Could have just sent the team, I guess. Would have lost something though. What I want from a draw perspective, I mean, they obviously, so they have another land, they have cast down in their hand. How do I exactly win this game? I mean, probably Journey to Nowhere is a good place to start, so then we can attack with everything. Flashing back down and they can cast down next turn. It's very silly of me just offering my creatures a Doomblade there. I wonder if we can get them down, mill them out. Probably not. If they have 3 Chrysalis out, 3 more Chrysalis out, it's going to be absolutely cooked. They can't exactly attack with Chrysalis just yet either. Yeah, keeping it back, fair enough. And the desert helps with these Chrysalis anyway, because we can actually fight back with it. Right, now Scroll of Avacyn. We'll play that, we'll crack it, and see if we can hit something with it. Again, it would be ideal to hit Journey to Nowhere. We do have them in the deck. That is not as good of a draw. We'll just play it, I guess. We'll keep this Plains, because if they play a Refurbished Familiar, I really don't want them to draw a card. I'd rather just discard a Plains and then draw an Unknown. You just pass. Refurbished Familiar doesn't really do anything. Just this pesky Chrysalis. Alright, they're playing Lembas. They're playing Lembas. Normally they play Ichor Wellspring. I haven't seen that either. So it's probably just a bit of a different build. It looks like. And Wildfiring. I mean, they do this and they get closer. Every Cleansing Wildfire, they get closer to God. And that's where the angels are. Yep, I mean, they just pass it back. At what point do we look in these decks where if they have just something, you know, some bloody mill card, just to mill them an extra card a turn? Because, like, yeah, I mean, they're drawing cards, but it's pretty stalematey. They might even have a Cryclan Shaman in the background. But anyway, we'll play the Seraph of Dawn. Everything that we play is just gaining a crap ton of life. Just pass. No attacks. I do wish I still had my angel in here, but we don't, alas. And what are they doing? They're drawing 2 more cards. They've been through 2/3 of their deck. And that's the thing, we can just get up to the point where we just gum up the entire board. And it's pretty hard to get through it all after that. They have a finite amount of cards, you know. Yeah, there's the other Chrysalis. There we go. So we're probably just meant to penta block the other Chrysalis, I guess. Every draw they get closer to God. I wouldn't mind like 1 Journey to Nowhere though. I think that would be very, very nice. Okay, yeah. See, this is what I mean. They're playing Refurbished Familiar. We just get rid of our Plains. And they sent it to there, which I'm curious about. Just Wildfiring. Again, that draws a card and just thins out their deck. So this, like, it'll be curious. This will be the test of, like, if this can actually, just because we played a bunch of dumb angels, if it's actually enough to get through. So if we pentablock here, it would be 2, so it'll be 6. They'll be able to get rid of, so it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I kind of want to keep this Dazzling Angel. And we can Desert as well. So Desert says, yeah, so this does want to target attack activate only after combat. So we really just need to deal, well, 8. So we need to deal 6 to this. So 2, 5, 6. And they can also fling 1 more. No, they can't, sorry, because it costs 1. Let's go to blocks. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. So there'll be 7. So they can get rid of these 2 if they want. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. And then if we did that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then they go up to 7, 8, and then we lose all that. Versus if we get rid of that, we do this. Maybe we just keep around the Sarah Angel for that reason and do this. And we 7, 8, we still lose it all. Yeah, I'm less inclined to have that angel kick around. So this is 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we desert them for the rest. 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. No other shenanigans I can see. Let's do that. And just keep around this Seraph. Look at us pushing through. Somehow pushing through a Chrysalis. Okay. And then end of combat to this. Into this. Okay, this is what's happening here. This is what's happening. Give me like a journey to Noah now. Actually, a supplies into a journey into Noah would be good. Well, this is fun. We'll play this. We'll gain 5 life. Draw all the cards. Yep. Click, 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 click. I mean, it's still a fair draw, to be honest. No one can beat the power of the raw power of the angels. Give me a good draw. Come on. Oh, well, we'll just play Desert, I guess. And we'll just pass because apparently we can't draw anything else. So it was good. It was interesting they didn't wait, though, I guess, on it. This is just another Chrysalis. Oh, Pulse Marassa just getting back the... Yep, that's pretty good. It's a pretty good spell to do there. And suddenly this becomes the 7-8. Or like 6-7, sorry. And they're playing Lembas. So the problem arises here that they can sack some lands to get this Chrysalis through. It'd be a 6-7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think we just take the 4 and we just hit the 2 familiars, to be honest, with the deserts. I'm not risking it with yeah, we'll just get rid of this. Get rid of that. And we just pass to us. Okay, and they can always sacrifice a Chrysalis anyway. Come on, give me a supplies or something like that. Journey to Nowhere. And what are they doing? Cracking the Limbus? These games go long as... I really want to draw a supplies. I really, really do. The Lembas doesn't actually save you from decking out because you draw a card. Okay, well this is good. So we'll play this and we're going to play it on the 4-5-1 though because we can deal with this better. I would rather drawing a supplies though before we went into this, but that's okay. Okay, that's strange. I'm wondering if they run any enchantment removal or something like that. I'm not sure. They have one more cast down I think left. Let's look at their graveyard. They've been through both Blood Fan. Normally they only just run 2 because it's not that good to have around. Yeah, let's get rid of that. Let's have a look here. Cast down, cast down. So this been through 2. I thought they had 3. They must have just had the 2. Well, that's a fantastic draw for them. They do draw an extra card off that, which means it's closer to us winning. But yeah, they get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I mean, they can do a lot with the makeshift munitions, and once they get a controlling board state by getting rid of our creatures, they probably do have the win looked up. But they also have to do it in 12 turns, which I'm not sure if they can do if we keep drawing stuff that I want to draw. What's this? 6 mana? 7 mana? Oh, it's just an X-Spawn Hydra. This looks like an X-Spawn Hydra. which is quite scary. Yeah, so some lists don't run the next 4 Hydras, but that's definitely a good way to keep this game moving. And they probably put it on the Chrysalis, to be honest. It's hugely 4 Hydra, so we want 4, so we can do 7. Yeah, put on the Refurbished Familiar. That makes sense. I'm wondering if we just pray for something and we just double block this. Actually, we just block it with the Seraph, I think. Yeah, let's just block with this and then we hit it with the Desert 3 times. In combat, deal 1. Deal 1. Might even be able to just stay alive from this 8-7 just by drawing some random stuff. I don't know, getting 4 deserts. Well, idyllic range is not idyllic right now. I think we even keep it in our hand because it doesn't really do a lot. Do we win the race? That is my next question. I deal a lot of cards in hand. And it's just land. I mean, they'll probably at some point just shoot our sacrifice 3 lands and just shoot our Dazzling Angel. Yeah, so they just get rid of our land, that's fine. Maybe I do want them to draw the card actually. Maybe I should have played the land. So that's their last Refurbished Familiar. They got the Null Spell Bomb. I think just drawing some stuff would be good here. Supplies into like a cup into more supplies, I think would be ideal. Because we haven't drawn that many supplies. I think we've drawn. We'll take 8. That's fine. I probably do just want to shoot this, to be honest. Just get rid of it. Oh, just casting down that. Fair enough. Fair enough. All right, deck. All right. I mean, it's better than nothing, isn't it? We'll play this. Gain some life. And yeah, it's just chucking in for 5, which is 10 turns. If we draw an angel every turn, this is kind of fine. Because we can kind of survive that. But it's the other thing. Okay, or they can keep drawing cards. So we'll ideally keep around the Seraph in case they have another Chrysalis. Because now with the 3 deserts, we can block them. Yep, there's the Chrysalis. The Ghouls are probably just like fling a bunch of lands and the spawn tokens at the Seraph of Dawn. 7 lands, it's low though. It is low. Campfire would have been good from the beginning. We would have gained a lot of life from that. We'll just take this. I don't know if they just have enough damage to get the job done from here. They could play another Chrysalis. That might be one of the last cards they have. Munitions me. Okay. But he's hoping we can probably just block this Chrysalis and then double desert it, unless they're playing another Chrysalis here. Okay, well that's not too bad, to be honest. We can play that and then maybe next turn we can utilize it. We'll gain some more life. And I think we still keep the deserts in the background here. And if we get to a sideboard, Destroy Evils are very good here. Which I think, I double check now. It's been 10 million years. Oh, it looks like they're just hitting that just to get rid of it. If they get rid of their lands, I'm fine with that. Yeah, it looks like they're just pointing five things at it to finish off. Yeah, we just bring the 4 Destroy Evils, probably get rid of the Segovian Angels, and call it a day from there. I actually don't mind the Dust to Dust just to hit their lands, and the games go along anyway. And sometimes you can hit something like Blood Fountain or the Refurbished Familiars. Like Dust to Dust is genuinely a good card because it's honestly half their deck. So they spent 5 things to get rid of that, which is fine. And now we can... Well, the makeshift munitions is obviously a lot worse now because they don't have any lands to get rid of stuff here. Blood Fountain's a good card. Probably even just bring in the relics. Probably take out the Mana Tithes. Segovian Angels bringing in the Destroy Eels is probably the best thing to do. But yeah, they have to tap all to get that going, and then we can block that one Wrathing Chrysalis. Yeah, Refurbished Familiar. That also draws them an extra card, and I'm kind of happy for them just to play more Refurbished Familiars. Like, they got 5 more draws to go. God, I wish I had that Campfire. We'd just be like cruising on it every turn. Okay, they are attacking with that. So what we will do is block there, and then for damage, we will just toast it with the deserts. Yeah, they don't have any other ones. We've got to end of combat. And they're just flinging it as well. Yep. So again, a supply would be good. I mean, more angels would probably just get there, to be honest, but a supplies into more angels would be ideal. I mean, this will kind of help Shelf dealing with these Refurbished Familiars, and they can attack with them and they can fling them. So Journey to Nowhere might even be a little bit good. Just another Chrysalis. Well, really, we just probably need another Angel. 4 cards left from Footed Life. We've been through a fair few Angels, though. And yes, we have drawn a couple lands, but... Okay, double Chrysalis. They probably can get the job done here, to be honest. Because these get really big now. And they obviously just have to attack with Refurbished Familiars anyway, so yeah. This might be enough, to be honest. We really need Day of Judgment in this deck, you know. We'll just get rid of these. We're absolutely cooked if we do just draw land. I think supplies with Angel would be ideal. And probably spent the Journey Chrysalis, to be honest, because this is like, we get rid of this, but it doesn't really matter. It becomes a giant Hydra after. It becomes a 6/7 Hydra that we still have to deal with. Alright. We've been through all that nonsense. Alright, Idyllic Range is not a good draw, and this is 8/13. So we're pretty cooked here. It's like kind of like, yeah, this is the fear with this deck, I guess, because you can just draw into lands after lands. It might be even worth it just to run Limbus in this deck, to be honest. Just running Limbus. Alright, they're pulsing. What are they pulsing? Returns a Wrathing Chrysalis. Okay. We were close. We were very close, but no cigar, sadly. This is, yeah, 8. Oh, with that anyway, they sack 2 more. And then they can sack like a blood token. What was this? 8/14. Yeah, we're cooked. We're cooked here. Let's go to another game. Destroyer was help, so do Relics. I actually think we do get a lot more favoured after this because we have multiple ways to handle their creatures. They're probably thinking there's not enough time on the clock to deal with all this, but that's fine. I actually like the Dust to Dust. So look at all this great stuff we're bringing in. And then we're just going to cut the Mana Tithes, the Segovian Angel, and because we're going a lot slower and the Relics will be better, we are going to cut some of these Scrolls of Avacyn and probably a map as well. Probably 2 maps. I kind of like the Campfire. I'm happy to have it cruising along, to be honest. Do we even cut the second scroll? Dazzling Angel. The Overseers aren't as fun, but they draw and gain a life. I think we just draw our lands, to be honest, because these games go for so long. Yeah, and we got the Eagles of the North anyway. I don't like the Planet Ally as much because of the Chrysalis. But I think we just keep all the Angels in. Let's just keep the Angels in and see how we go. Because we are bringing in a lot of removal for them anyway. So yeah, Relics, Dust to Dust. And let's get this business. Alright, well, we need to mull this. It's a good hand. I mean, we have to mull this as well, sadly. So mulligan again. Yeah, I was basically just going to take anything that has lands. We'll keep this, we'll keep the Angel. We'll just probably bottom the Dazzling Angel and the Overseer. But it's a very strong hand, I would say. So we get rid of the Dazzling Angel and get rid of an Overseer. I'm just hoping that we can get out this supplies next turn. They don't duress us. They probably do duress us, I reckon. They probably keep it in, is what I'm trying to say, is because we do run a lot of stuff. Alright, they're just playing that, which is good. We can just play the supplies. I mean, honestly, like, this deck is probably more... we're probably going to deck them accidentally. Not deck them, time them out, because they're just at 5.5 minutes. So, as long as you play faster, apparently this deck's a good meta choice on MTGO. Divest, reveals a hand, you choose an artifact or creature. That's fine. They probably should choose the Eagles or the North, to be honest. We're pretty low on lands here. I would 100% pick that. I chose Dazzling Angel. That's fine with me. If we draw a land, we're just going to just bring out this Overseer. Ideally, I want to draw... I think a Relic of Progenitus would be nice. Just cycling that. Okay, that's fine. We can play this. We'll play the Overseer. You can see our pearly whites. Chuck this out. I mean, we have the chance of being just like a semi-fast deck as well. Alright, Relic is a fantastic draw, so we can definitely play that next turn and just start exiling graveyards. Because that's how they did win that game a lot, is they just literally went through their graveyard 4 times with pulses and stuff like that. So we weren't just dealing with one Wrath of Chrysalis, we were dealing with all of them. And then 2 more on top of that. Seraph of Dawn. So we'll just get in for 2 first, and then we'll do an Eagles on North. Just pick up the Plains. Plains, play the Plains, play a Relic, and just going to tap the graveyard and go. I genuinely think this is a good matchup, but we probably need like 60 minutes on each clock, to be honest, and that's not very good for content, watching one game against like playing this like tier 2, tier 3 deck. I won't call it tier 2, it's like, it's a brew, really. Refurbished Familiar. I think I'm fine, just get rid of this Destroy Evil. We don't need it just yet. And then we can play the Seraph of Dawn. Probably should have actually draw a card first, my bad. Because we might have just hit a land and we could have discarded that. Alright, Kabira Crossroads. Alright, deck. A Dazzling Angel. So let's just make them exile up top. And then we'll play the Kabira Crossroads, play the Seraph. We'll attack first, then we have the Seraph. Get in for the old Tooley-Doo. Yep, just blocking out, that's fine. And they could pulse, so maybe we actually do play this out just in case with a Relic, because they can recast it. Let's do that. I know it seems might feel a bit silly, but we can't really afford them to just go pulse and just play the Refurbished Familiar again and just hit another creature out of our hand. And maybe I should have kept in the scrolls just to churn through our deck and draw a bunch of other stuff. Got 4 minutes left, so I don't know if they can actually close out this game in 4 minutes, but I'm curious to find out. Right, let's just target them here. We'll play this. We'll attack for 2. Play the Seraph. We probably kept some pretty crappy hands, to be honest. And if they're wanting to do anything specific with these, bringing stuff back, then I'm definitely going to be cycling this Relic. But yeah, under 4 minutes is like unlikely they're going to be able to finish us off here. Just 6 mana, just dropping a big Hydra. And that's the thing, they're probably like, this is the way we will win this game, is playing a giant creature. We don't have any deserts out, so we can't block well. But we are 100% getting rid of that. And we're doing it on our turn anyway, so we can get in with our flyers. Oh, that's interesting. I think we journey it instead, to be honest, because we can exile stuff and I'd rather just use stuff now. So we'll journey that. And let's just use the Relic. And then get him for 4. Nice healthy clock here. They're on 5 cards though. A Dust to Dust wouldn't be too bad. I'd be happy with a Dust to Dust. Tap land. Blood Fountain. I mean, it's a good one. Discarding a land. So they look like they're pretty flooded. They did mull quite low with me. Alright, back to us. And they have an upkeep stop. That's fine, they can get rid of that. Let's just make them exile a card. Play the Dazzling Angel. Get it for 2. Just push out of range. We need to see those journeys a bit earlier, I reckon, for game 1. But you can see we're probably likely winning this game. We've got removal in our hand. They can spell bomb us, that's fine. But yeah, the fact that we got this Destroy Evil for their whatever Chrysalis they might play, and then we just got them on effectively like a 2-turn clock. 3-turn clock, I know, but they're just offering the Blood Fountain. Obviously just looking for Chrysalis here. Now spell bomb, cycle it through. I genuinely think we're favoured in this deck. I know that sounds crazy, but we're not going to cycle this relic. We're under no real threat to do so. Just keep plotting our own little way. And they can never play a threat again with these Destroy Evils. There you go, just kill them with a bunch of 2/3s. So if we did go to a game 3, I would feel confident because drawing Dust to Dust, I can hit 2 lands and really choke them out on resources and whatnot. Oh, they're playing Pyrokinade. Oh, to hit both of them? They should be running Breath Weapon. That's fine. You can double Kinade me. I don't know if I fully agree with using Cannonade. I don't know. Yeah, I'm just going to use that. I think now we cycle let's see what's on top. Olympus. I think now we cycle the Relic and see if we can hit something because we know they're drawing Olympus. Let's just exile graveyards. Alright, Kabira Crossroads. Again, we both kind of have nothing now. But I have my hope. We'll pass. So any Angel will kind of just seal the deal now. We'll keep this Plains in our hand in case they draw another Refurbished Familiar. But yeah, 1 card left in their hand. Probably a land as well. Wildfire, draw a card. One minute left, eh? It's probably something that I wouldn't want to take through a challenge because I feel like this just chills for a little bit and actually wins by milling them out, essentially. Which is a little bit like, how you going? Because, yeah, it's just, I mean, it's like pseudo fog where you're just playing like a crap ton of life gain every turn. You know, we've gained essentially, what, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, and then whatever Angel we got off the Seraph Sanctuary. This 3/2 is not going to get the job done, and we've stemmed the bleeding so much, which is what White kind of does anyway with life gain. Let's just play this. Cast. One more. And I think we just... Alright, just casting that down, that's fine. Was that the last card? I think we just pass. We're under no real threat. We can just... they're not going to play a creature. They're not going to... If they play Chrysalis, they want to probably duress first. And if they don't duress, then we can just destroy Evil. On our turn, we have plenty of mana. I'd rather keep this Plains in our hand, just in case we run into another Refurbished Familiar. Let's just crack this first. Okay, Planet Ally. So let's just play the Planet Ally because that's a fun card, right? And we're not going to play this Plains again. If they Refurbish Familiar, then we're not having to deal with that. Looks like this is just casting down. They still have 1 card left. It's kind of better that this is, you know, the venturing happens once it attacks. Yeah. In for that much, and then we just bounce back again with this Inspiring Overseer. It's like a Pulse, no. Troublemaker Oath. Okay, to get the Nyxborn Hydra back. It comes back as an O1 though. Yeah, there we go. All right. That was the last card in the hand, it looks like. So yeah, that's kind of like that deck. Oh, we're playing a spray. I'm not on the play though, so we'll see. Last time I played against Sporadic, he beat me, sadly. Just saying good luck, have fun. He's actually testing some junk. I am too, though, when you think about it. This hand is they're mulling to 6. I think we mull as well. We need it. We need a white source here. It's like a creature. This is good. I actually wish we'd keep this whole hand. I'm probably just going to get rid of the campfire because everything else is kind of good with the deck. At least this map can get the sanctuary, so we'll keep bottom of the campfire. It's just a one-off, so we don't mill ourselves out. Wish we had the mana tithe though, you know. And they're gonna see the plains maps. Let's play the map. They can see what's up. They're definitely probably thinking that we're playing angels though. So next turn, we probably are just looking at playing the spare supplies. I mean, it depends on what they do though. If they're just playing some stuff out, probably gonna get comboed out like all buggery. It's also making me think maybe there's a counter spell here. I want to keep the supplies on the back burner. Let's just pass the turn because they're not doing anything. I'm happy for them. You know, they might just obviously have a draw or something like that. But if they do have a counter spell, then it just wastes our turn. Oh, they're playing the poison deck. Well, the poison is very good against this deck, so I think we're going to try and go a little bit aggro. Life doesn't matter too much either. And we'll probably just get the desert then. Alright, let's just crack this. They just send their nightmares. Angels against poison is not very good. Lifelink doesn't matter, so let's just get another desert, I guess. We'll get another desert. Alright, Scroll of Arison. Let's just play this and play... they are running lots of removal. Let's just play a 2-for-1 and try and hit some other angels or something like that. Means we can't block, I guess, but again, they're very much in the mind of they're going to get us with a bunch of infect spells. We're all proliferate spells, so they're going to play 10 spells. It's probably like some slow version of Storm. You're playing 10 spells to like Grape Shot me and Flashback Grape Shot, but instead you're just doing 10 spells over like 6 billion turns and removing all my creatures from play. Yeah, they can get in. Like, it's probably correct to play the Dazzling Angel last turn, but also I know that they're likely playing counter spells, so I'd rather the 2-for-1 come out now. Yeah, and the Anointed Affliction, yeah. Let's just play the Dazzling Angel. We need to get some level of a clock out. They can counter that. Yep. No, we won't pay 2. We'll play the Kabira Crossroads and pass. We have to get through though. Have to get through some level of damage here. And I think cyber-wise, we don't really have anything for this level of deck. All right, so maybe they're running out of gas a little bit. I think what we'll do is let's just play the spare supplies first. All right, Seraph of Dawn. I was hoping for an untapped land there, but anyway, we'll just play the Angel because it at least is a clock to some extent, and we'll play the Scroll of Avacyn and pass. This is a deck that we cannot mill them out. I definitely feel like I'm going to be 0-2 against Sporadic on the Qs here. And the Anointed Affliction, at least they can't get rid of the Seraph of Dawn straight off the bat. I mean, they can just counter it. That's one thing that they can do. They're not attacking. What do we draw? Okay, Desert's good. So we'll... Because if they have the counter spell, then we can pay 2. So that's why we'll definitely play it first. Play this. 1, 2, 3, 4... Because we don't have the 3 poison counters yet for them to do that. And I mean, they do have counterspell in their deck, don't get me wrong. I kind of just want to play out this other supplies if they're not countering too much other stuff. Okay, Journey to Nowhere's. I don't think we want to use that just yet. Alright, Proliferate seems good. And then once they just start kicking on with the extra effects, then we're pretty screwed. They do have to do 10 spells though, but I mean, it looks like we're probably going to be doing 10 combats to actually seal out this game, so it's very likely they can just finish off these angels. And also just fire a bunch of those off. So now the Anoint's online, so they proliferated up to 3 times, and then, yeah, they can just anoint this, and then we just back to a 1-1 again. Which I assume they're looking at, yeah. Oh no, another augury. Well, that's the the 3rd augury. Okay, we're in 4. Land. Okay. I'm just gonna. Mana Tithe is interesting. Let's just crack this first. The deserts don't matter. That's not how we're losing this game. Valor is nice. Let's go this. Okay, 2 Mana Tithes. Let's attack. And then, yeah, we're obviously going to be using these Mana Tithes. Well, hopefully they have lots of mana out now, but their deck seems to be running a lot of those really high costing cards. Yep. I mean, they just run out of those, right? And that's that. He's got 5, 6 mana. I can see them just using like one key spell here just to, and these Mana Tithes get a lot worse, but I think we still have to run it out. Yep. So they're running like the 12 proliferate spells. Which they essentially say, draw a card, deal 2 damage. Essentially. I mean, yep. We're on 7. It's probably not even worth to show them these Mana Tithes, to be honest. And Alluring Revealing, okay. I mean, we'll just crack the supplies. We'll do that. Right, Segovian Angel, okay. I think we'll attack. Again, it's pretty hard for us to win here. We'll attack with everything. And then I'm going to play the Seraph. Okay, well, let's just Mana Tithe that. Yeah, weren't expecting that. He just said capital lol. We do have fun here. Let's play this other Seraphim Dawn. That's awesome. It's just funny. I still think we're not winning this game, but you gotta do what you gotta do, you know? And having these deserts actually means we can't use this other one. Alright, we'll get rid of the Segovian Angel here. But 2 more and they can finish the job. So get a poison counter. And then the last one. Yeah, there we go. Alright, let's see. Again, we don't have any sideboarding that really works here. Destroy Evils don't do anything. Sunlances don't do anything. We don't have any extra real threats. Like we could bring in... Not really. Can't bring in anything. I think we just run it as is, to be honest. I think one day we'll defeat Sporadic. One day. If I don't have this deck against an Infect deck. Alright, so we are on the play. Let's see what we have here. Oh, how bad's Campfire? They probably should have taken that out over what else that we had. How's this hand like arguably worse? We'll put the Campfire down, and then yeah, we can just at least pick up. We can play the Angel and then just go Eagles of the North to get another land. But it's a pretty slow hand, not much draw. But it is what it is. Let's just play the Angel. And yeah, we'll probably just grab an Idyllic Range, to be honest. Because it's very unlikely we're going to get a bunch of planes. Yeah, we'll attack 1. If we just draw mono lands, I think we're going to be okay. But I don't think we're going to draw mono lands. Plain cycle this and just get a Grange, just so it takes the chance out that we're going to be drawing a tapped Grange because it feels god awful if that happens. Ooh, Blighted Agent. Well, I kept the Journey to Nowhere's in, but you know, it's a good idea to be honest. Alright, we've got a Desert, which is pretty bad for the Agent. I have to advance my board state though, so I will play this Dazzling Angel. And then just pray we get another Plains and play a Seraph of Dawn. Oof, Snuff Out. That's a good one. That is a good card, Snuff Out. Yep. And the thing is, they just keep the Blighted Agent back until it's no longer useful, really. We really need to draw Plains here. So we do need to draw. All the supplies is fine. We'll play the supplies, see what they do. Okay, we'll play another Desert. We'll attack for 1. Continue the trend, and then back to them, I guess. Now, at least they can't attack with this Blighted Agent. But yeah, they proliferate, which is the same thing anyway. Yep, proliferate. Back to them. Is it worth it for them just get a second hit in with the Blighted Agent? Probably. But also they probably could see that they can likely just keep it back, and then when I tap out for something else, and they can just use it again. Yeah, they're probably right in that regard, because here I'm going to play a Seraph of Dawn, and it's just like not that good. I guess maybe I technically don't. I'm probably meant to play this to try and get another land. Or probably I should play the Desert instead, sorry. It would just crack the other spare supplies after. Stopping the Blighted Agent is probably important to do. But I probably should have tapped my land so it looked like I had Mana Tithe up as well. But because this just shows that we don't have Mana Tithe up. That's on me though. Again, it's probably like you need to have... When I say tiny edges, there's no tiny edges against this deck. It's Infect's probably pretty deplorable, to be honest. Against this, like, yeah, it would just wreck us. Okay, let's attack for 1. Let's play the Overseer. And yeah, I want to keep the Desert around so we stop the Agent at least, if it comes to that. Yep, they just hard counters it, and then it's their turn. Yep, and I'll proliferate. So we're pretty close to dying now. 6 more hits. This Blight Agent is going to be the last touch of the Infect as well. Let's just crack the spare supplies first, see what we hit. Okay, Eagles is like not terrible. We just get a Plains, I guess. Play the Plains. Let's attack. And we just play the other Scorpion Angel. But it's just like, yeah. Supposedly you have to get them gone in like 5 turns. Then we got a 5-turn clock here after this, so they can probably cycle a bunch of their proliferates. And also just counterspell 1/1 Angels. Okay, steady progress. So they're countered, they draw, they proliferate. And this is 3. Just tap out for a Lorien Revealed or something, maybe. The Mana Tides are incredibly worse once they know what's up. Just another way to draw a bunch and add more infect. Yep. And I mean, here we'll just try and play the Seraph of Dawn. But we're going to be getting some more counters in a second. Yeah, still, again, like a 5-turn clock, and they're drawing plenty of removal for these Seraphs, so... And proliferate, yep. I'd say writing's on the wall. Alright, there we go. Alright, quick wrap up time. Thanks for watching those. I know it can be a bit like, but anyway, this deck I think is a little bit of improvement from the last version. Mana Tithe is good, but it's kind of like a game one plan. So once people, it's same with Force Spike anyway, Days. Once people are very aware of it, they play around it, but it's also like a bit of a psychological game with it, because if people are playing around it, then you're also getting a bit of tempo. And this is what this deck wants. It wants to get to this real late game. Kind of disrupt at the beginning, which I feel like the Mana Tithe does. So I do like the card. I wouldn't probably want to put more than one in. The Segovian Angels, I'd probably want to cut back again. I don't think they were honestly that good, and I'd rather something else. I am thinking there are more Changelings in the Lorwyn set, and also there's a 4-mana Changeling from a previous set, where probably something that just gives more ETBs and just clunks up the board more. And like a 4-mana that makes a 2, it's a 2/2 itself, and makes a 2/2, is 4 power, 4 toughness, which is even better than the Seraph of Dawn. Yes, it doesn't have flying, but this deck isn't really looking for that. It's looking to either get really, really huge and milling them out, and going from there. The Campfire, I wish I kept in the Jund matchup. I wish I kept it in the opening hand, because it actually would have mattered a fair bit, because they did cycle through that deck. They got to 5 cards, and I feel like the amount of turns that we had, we actually probably would have gained like 20 life off of it. So it may have actually kept us alive a bit longer. It's hard to know because we didn't have the removal spells. Generally, I know they went to time against us on the MTGO with the Jund player playing against this deck. But I think the fact that our deck is very well positioned against them and for the grind, you could theoretically just put some of the stuff into the main deck. So I'm even thinking you could probably cut these Angels and maybe even put in like 2 relics, just another way to cycle, and then also handle the graveyard silly stuff. Like this deck might have some difficulty winning against an early Spire combo, and relic also allows you just to draw an extra card, because you really just want to get to your main cards like this is the best removal, these are the best Angels, this is the best way to draw cards. So you kind of want to get to those quicker. And if you have ways just to cycle to do that, that might be the go. And that also might be the case for running Limbus. But essentially Scroll of Absent is Limbus, but I could see just running way more artifacts that draw cards just to get you there quicker. So Segovian Angel, I'm glad I gave it another go, but it's probably coming back out again as well, because it's just not a great draw effect. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments. I'm always happy to plan further with this deck, but I think it was pretty fun just casting Mana Tithe on people. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.